Hello students, welcome back to another Learn This With Me series. In today's video, we will be exploring the second concept in patterns called square numbers. Now, we have created these videos for three groups of people. The first group is for people who are struggling with patterns. The second group is for people who are always avoiding a patterns question. And in the third group, we have people who are fearful of mathematics. So I believe that these videos will benefit you greatly. So if you have yet to watch our very first patterns video on equal intervals, I would highly encourage you to do so. So without any further ado, let's delve right into it. Now, as you can see over here, we have already covered the first concept, equal intervals, in our previous video. So once again, if you have yet to watch it, please do so. All right, and today we will be looking at square numbers. At the end of today's video, you will know how to spot a square numbers question and you will know how to tackle it successfully. So let's take a look at the definition first. Square numbers is the product of an integer with itself. And you might be wondering, is this really important? Is the definition important? Personally, I don't think it's important because I personally feel that the application is more important than anything. If you really want to understand something, you first have to do it yourself. Okay, so we are not going to, talk too much about the definition, but we are going to delve right into one thing. And I want you to remember this. I want you to be very sensitive to these numbers. What are the numbers that I'm talking about? 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, 121, and 144. These are all the numbers that you should be very sensitive about when you are doing a square numbers question. And today, we are going to revisit P6 2020 SA2 Catholic High School paper. All right, this is a question that I have extracted from that paper. All right, so we are going to focus on one thing. And before I go into that, right, I just want to show you the questions. And the questions, as you can see over here, all right, it's A and B. You will not be able to find these questions in the paper, but I have created this question so that you are able to draw the connection. All right, so without any further ado, let's get our hands dirty and let's just do it. All right, I think from doing you will be able to understand it even better. So we are just going to focus on the number of white dots. Okay, if you're wondering, hey, why not number of gray dots? Okay, because number of gray dots will require us to use a different method. And in fact, I have already covered that in the first video, so you can watch it there. All right, and number of sticks is another method that I will cover in the subsequent videos. Now, for number of gray dots, for number of white dots, very simple, and that's what we want to focus on today. All right, what I want you all to do is this, okay? Because you see, just now I said, you have to be very sensitive to these numbers, 0, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, so on and so forth, right? So what you want to do is, when you see these numbers, you need to know that, oh, it means that I have to use the square numbers method. All right, that's the first thing that you want to write, okay? Now, once I'm done with that, right, I want to write out the numbers because I always say this, right? Clarity comes from the expression of ideas. You want to be clear about the concept here, you want to write it down, okay? So we write down figure 1, okay? In figure 1, we have 0 white dots. In figure 2, we have 1 white dot. In figure number 3, we have 4 white dots. In figure number 4, we have 9 white dots. Now from here itself, right, these are all square numbers. So what you want to do is you want to write down 0 to the power of 2, 1 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 2. So you can put an equal sign over here to show that, they are all related. 3 to the power of 2. Okay. Now, once you're done with this, right, you realize one pattern. Okay, what is it? That the number of white dots is actually always 1 less than the figure number. So what do I mean? Can you see that when the figure number is 4, I put 3 to the power of 2, which means to say if the figure number is 10, I will do 9 to the power of 2. Make sense? Now, in this question, right, they're asking us for the number of white dots in figure number 20. So for figure number 20, it's simply just 19 to the power of 2. All right, so you use your calculator because this is a section C question, which, you will be allowed to. You can find that it's actually 361 white dots. Okay, all right, so for A, it's pretty simple and pretty straightforward. I hope you understood what I'm trying to convey here. All right, in the second part, which is B, okay, over here they are asking us to find the figure number. So they flip it around and they are giving you the white dots now, and they are telling you, hey, can you find the figure number for me? All right, so same thing. Clarity comes from the expression of ideas. What you want to do, you want to write down whatever you know first, okay? So figure number 1, we know that it's 0 to the power of 2, which explains why I get 0. Figure number 2, it's 1 to the power of 2, which explains why I get 1. Figure number 3 is 2 to the power of 2, which explains why I get 4. Figure number 4 is 3 to the power of 2, which explains why I get 9, right? Now, over here, they are asking us to find what? 225 white dots. So what do I want to do? I want to ask myself, where should I place my 225 white dots? Should I place it here or should I place it here? Okay, the answer is obvious, I suppose. All right, I should place it here. 225 white dots. Make sense? Now, once I have this, right, I need to ask myself, how do I get from here? Because right now I have this, right? How do I get from here to this one itself? Okay, and we can see that in order for me to get from 9 to 3 to the power of 2, I simply just have to square root 9. When I square root 9, I get 3. I'll just add the 2 above. Make sense? So that's what I'm going to do for 225 as well. So I'm just going to square root 225. And when you square root 225, you will get 15. And what you want to do, you add the 2 above. Okay, which is the square. All right. Now, and then after that, from here, I want to ask myself, how do I get from here to the 4? Oh, I just have to add 1. Therefore, my answer for this, it will be figure number 16. So in figure number 16, there are 225 white dots. Now, the next thing we are going to do is we will be looking at a discovery question. All right, so I'm just going to do it together with you. If you can, I would encourage you to copy it. Now, as you can see over here, it's actually a very simple question. And in fact, this question is actually extracted from Singapore Chinese Girls School paper number 2. Okay, and the question number is question number 13. And today we are just going to focus on just the part where I will have to use square numbers to solve it, which is obviously the number of tables. Why is that so? Because you see, I can see the magic numbers again. What are the magic numbers? 1, 4, and 9. If you have watched my first video, you should be able to solve this one, because this question, or in fact this part, you will have to use equal intervals, okay? So I'm just going to solve question number 13, all right? As you can see over here, what I want to do again, okay, I saw the magic numbers. What do I want to do? I want to quickly write down that I am using a square numbers method. Now, once I'm done with this, what I want to do, I want to write it out, okay? So I know that figure number 1 is equals to 1, which is equals to 1 to the power of 2. All right, figure number 2, it's 4, which is equals to 2 to the power of 2. Figure number 3 is 9, which is equals to 3 to the power of 2. All right, so as you can see over here, let's take a look at B. Or in fact, we can answer 4. Figure number 4 basically means 4 to the power of 2, which is equals to 16. Okay, how do I know that? Because as you can see over here, the figure number, when the figure number is 3, my number of tables will be 3 to the power of 2. All right, so you don't have to minus 1 or plus 1 or whatever. Not like the previous question. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are not like a robot. Okay, you don't want to just follow a set of formula. You want to be like water. What do I mean? You want to know, okay, I need to read the question, I need to understand the question, and not everything is minus 1 or plus 1. No. It is never like that in mathematics. Okay, now we are going to look at B. All right, over here, as you can see, they want us to find the total number of tables and chairs. Okay, for chairs, I'm not going to do that because it's actually from equal intervals. All right, so I'm not going to confuse anyone here. I'm just going to focus on the number of tables, which I will use a square numbers method to solve. Okay, to find for figure number 39. Now, figure number 39 is simply just 39 to the power of 2. All right, so you press your calculator and you will realize that your answer is 1,521 tables. Okay, so that's for B. But again, B is not complete. All right, I'm just solving, the question that requires us to use a square numbers method. Now, but I have a bonus question that I've created. Okay, so in this bonus question, right, they want us to find the number of tables in figure number 50. All right, isn't it simple? It's very simple, right? You just have to do 50 to the power of 2. All right, so what is 50 to the power of 2? It is simply just 2,500. And of course, you put in your units, tables. Okay, so let's go back to our slides. Now, So, this week, right, I want you guys to approach your square numbers patterns question with this method. Let me know in the comment section if it works. All right, and I have some resources for you to try. Just click onto the link in the description box and you will find many relevant questions. Okay, so if you value this piece of content, give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends who are struggling with these questions too, because it will mean the world to ask, and it will help us to create more content like this. Okay, so I hope I have turned your confusion into clarity, and I'll see you in the next video.